Chapter 2. When I woke up in the morning, it looks even grayer than I had the night before. Oh dear, I said to Pink Rabbit as I hopped out of bed. I think we are going to need raincoats today. Pink Rabbit shivered and looked a bit worried. He hates getting wet because he is made of stuffing. I opened my wardrobe door and pulled out his little plastic rain capes. You'll be fine if you wear this, I said, putting on him. You stay perfectly dry, and it looks very smart. Pink Rabbit looked pleased. He bounced up and down in front of the mirror, poising and peering while I put on my own closet, and we both made our way downstairs to the kitchen. Dad was already there, drinking his red juice. His hair looked very perfectly slick and vampires white, and he was wearing his best black waterproof cape. I told you I would be ready. He yawned, hardly putting on his sunglasses to hide the dark rings under his eyes. Well, Dad, I said, sitting down the table and reaching for a piece of toast. I'm not too sure about the weather, Drew, continued Dad, glancing accidentally down into the window. It's pouring. I hate getting my hair messed up into the rain. I looked at the black clouds outside of the raindrops running to the sneaks down into the window. We will have to take umbrellas, I said. Ah, yes, said Dad, suddenly cheering up. I can use my new fancy black one with a pointy top. I can use my own with a bad ears, I said excitedly. After breakfast, we went into the hall and put on our waterproof boots. And Dad grabbed his umbrella and I put on my pink plastic rain case on my hood. We're off, said Dad, giving Mom a kiss and a cheek. Bye, Mom, I said. Bye, Honey Blossom. We stepped out into the house. The rain can't touch me, said Dad happily, twirling his enormous black umbrella above his head. Doesn't it really look fashionable? Pink Rabbit nodded an agreement, and he splashed along beside me in his rubber boots. When we arrived at school, we saw Mrs. Cherry standing outside of the pavement next to the big coach. She had a clipboard on one hand and an umbrella in the others. Ah, Mr. Moon, she said at Dad, and I came towards her. You're here, wonderful. She put her clipboard under her arm and rummaging her bag for a moment. Here you are, she said, holding a fluorescent heavy jacket. You need to put it on. It is healthy and safely. Dad took the jacket gleefully. Oh, goody, he said. I was looking forward to wearing it again. It is stylish, don't you think? Said Mrs. Cherry, if you think so, Mr. Moon. I do, said Dad. Honestly, I'm just too stylish for work sometimes. I ought to be very careful, and I don't want snapped up by on a modeling accuracy. Mrs. Cherry cut off awkwardly. You can board into the coach now, was all she said. Dad put his umbrella down into the flurry of raindrops and stepped into the coach. I followed him. Pink Rabbit bounced in beside me. Isadora! Shouted Zoe, come back to the seat. Come and sit next to me. I made my way back to the coach and sat down next to Zoe. She was unbundled down into the raincoat with frog's eyes on her hood. Are you nervous? She asked as I made my myself a comfortable and peach pink rabbit on my lap. Nervous? I said. What do you mean? About the ghost, says Amanda, popping up and seat in front of the starting in the wide, frankly open eyes. You know, the one of the castles. Oh, that, I said. I don't think it's going to be terribling, announced Bruno, knocking rabbits down from a few rows down. It's lucky I remember my ghost protector spray. He held up his little sparkly bottle, and which looked suspiciously like perfume. It sprays a cloud of something stickily sweet into the air. Oliver wrinkled his nose. That smells like perfume, he said. It's the same bottle my mom used. It's not a perfume, said Bruno. It's ghost protector spray. Here, let me spray some on you. No! Shouted Oliver. It smells like rose. I'll have some, said Zoe. Spray some on me. Bruno leaped on his seat and sprayed his ghost protector, sprayed all over Zoe, and the Sashi, and then Samantha. Don't you want some, Isadora? He asked. Yes, please, I said. I don't really believe it's Bruno's ghost protector spray, but I didn't want to smell the rose. I did want to smell the rose, like my friends. Just then, Mrs. Cherry stepped into the coach. With the last remaining pebbles followed close behind her. At last, she said, we are here. Bruno, sit down, please. Put your seatbelt on, everyone. Let's go. Then there was a clicking and a cracking all over. We all did, and Mrs. Cherry, and then was coach rumbled into life. Mrs. Cherry sat down next to Dad and sniffed the air. It smelled like rose here, she remarked, turning into the driver. What a lovely air freshener. The coach pulled away from the school, and I peered onto the window and the shiny road below. It seemed very far away. I didn't know coaches were so big, I said to Zoe, but Zoe wouldn't listen. She was busy talking with Amanda and Sashi about the ghosts. We need to all stuck together, Sashi was saying. That way it was attract we will safer. Good idea, said Zoe. Samantha nodded, her face as white as a sheet. Oh dear, she squeaked.